Hey everybody, it is humid out. My hair is a hot mess, an absolute hot mess. Welcome to Walk and Chat. I've given it a name, Walk and Chat. Oh, I gotta remember to get all these little prompts off. I'm hoping I can see comments today, but I forget that I've got like all these really old pinned links. So, hang on. I don't want these ladies to feel like they're in my video. Anyways, how are you guys today? It is Friday, and I'm gonna go, hang on. I don't have anybody else's permission to be in this, so I don't want to accidentally record people. So I am at one of my favorite places of all time. This is such a beautiful park. I can't go in the woods. Sorry, I'm walking up a hill. Because it's so mosquito-y. It is so incredibly mosquito-y. So if you're here, say hi, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the comments. I couldn't last week. And if you're watching the replay, just tell me, because I really am interested in connecting in a whole different way. And I wanted to talk about self-sabotage today, because a lot of times, most of the time, we are self-sabotaging and we don't even understand that we're doing it. And so I was thinking about, like, when I started this business, I think I was in grad school. And let me backtrack, because I've been a mixed media artist for over 30 years. I used to do shows and stuff, but I didn't really call it a business. And it was all before social media. And I started painting furniture in, like, I'm going to say 2011-ish. And it just all of a sudden became a business. And I was like in grad school. My kids were young. Mike was working. He probably had 2 jobs at the time. And like while I was in school, I would waitress and stuff just to make like extra money. And I started painting furniture. I painted Alex's bedroom set. He had a set from Mike's grandma, and it was super ugly. And at the time, I came across Miss Mustard Seed's blog, and she had painted something gray and distressed, and I'm like, oh my God, I love that. And so I immediately figured out where to order the paint, and I painted that bedroom set, and then I like became obsessed. I was like, what else can I paint? What else can I paint? What else can I paint? Right? And then randomly, a friend of my aunt's, I should just say too, this was before Facebook pages, this was before groups, but the buy-sell marketplace was just starting to happen. And so like I just got this idea, well, I can paint furniture and sell it on there, right? And that all of a sudden it just got crazy. And think of how far back this was, like probably 2012. And I just fell into it. I started selling stuff on Marketplace, and it sold super fast, like 10 minutes. And then my aunt's friend had a little boutique and wanted me to consign and sell some stuff there. And so literally that's how it all began. And like I fell into it. I didn't have a plan to have like a business. And so I really think that a lot of us have the same kind of a story where we just kind of fell into it. All of a sudden we have a business. Whether that's opening a store, you know, or trying to sell online, trying to build your following. And I know that now a lot of people are like, I'm going to start a business. It was different back when I started because there was not really social media. I think I opened my business page in 2015-ish. First time I went live on Facebook was 2016, and it was a hot mess. But I did it. So now we kind of look, you know, maybe you're crafty, or maybe you love to paint furniture, or maybe you like to make, you know, create art, whatever it is, and we see people with business pages, and if they're going live a lot, we're watching them and we're trying to emulate them, and we're like, we can do this. And so then we hop on, and the second we hop on, it's like a treadmill, you know, and it's like a treadmill running really fast. We're like, if you move your foot, you're going to fall off and crash. And I don't even know if anybody's here. I don't even know if anybody, because I can't see comments. I see a few people are here. Hi, welcome. But if this resonates with you, just type a yes in the chat. Like, yes, this resonates with me. I'm just going to turn my camera. It's so pretty here. Alex and Sarah, well, they built this playground. There's some kids at it way up there. But I used to bring them here all the time with my other two dogs. And when they got big, I used to leave them at the playground and just circle them. This whole path goes in a circle. This is an incredible park. I love to snowshoe here, but I can't go anywhere near the woods because there's so many mosquitoes, and it's really, really humid and just like thick outside today. So I thought I would just circle. But there are a few hills, so I might be huffing and puffing. So we jump on the treadmill, and like there's a lot of different strategies, right? But the one thing that I really want to emphasize, and this is literally from me, I'm getting bitten by a mosquito, having so many just trial and errors, right, is like really and truly pay attention to how you're talking to yourself at all times, all the time. Figure out and try to identify the places where you are maybe stalling to do something. You are maybe like, I'm going to do that later to something. And sometimes it's because we don't want to do that in our business. We guess, you know, we realize that maybe going live might be a marketing strategy, but everybody just pounds on, oh, you got to go live, you got to go live, you got to go live. And like, you can go live if you want to, but you don't have to. And like building your business strategy around who you are is the most important thing that you can do. Making your business feel like freedom. What don't you like? Don't do that. And if it's a task that has to be done, guess what? You're going to have to hire someone. And then there's the conundrum. Well, I can't hire anybody because I'm not making any money. Right? But when you focus on the revenue generating activities in your business and only focus on that and have fun, right? When you're, whatever those revenue generating activities are, having fun with it and being excited about it and connecting to it and connecting that to your identity, making it feel really, really easy. You will make money, and you'll have enough money to pay somebody, you know, and you might have to hire somebody over in the Philippines, find somebody. It might take a couple of times to figure it out, but find somebody who you can train and you can trust. And they're generally around $8 an hour. So like, how many times have you spent $8 on a coffee? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could apply that to your business. And that's part of the self-sabotage that I'm talking about, is always getting yourself stuck in the lack mentality and really aligning yourself. So self-sabotage could also look like confusion, or it could also look like giving up too early. So maybe you want to have a class, like a paid online class, and you put everything together, you figure out where you're going to host it, how you're going to deliver it to the people, and then you put it out there. And I think one of the problems with me in the past is that I didn't give it time to build. It was just like I kept doing one thing after the other. Like, okay, I never gave up, and it was like pivoting each time, but I could have focused on one thing. And when you hear me talk about spinning plates, I was a professional plate spinner. Professional. I got very good at it, right? But all it did was burn me out. But, I was doing a million different things. I've had subscription boxes. I've had, project of the month. I've had art journaling, like whatever. I'm not going to go into all that. But like, if you get one person to sign up for your paid online class, a lot of us go, oh my God, only one person bought it. I'm never doing that again. But what I have learned is that if you have one person sign up for your thing, it's viable. That means it's viable. Someone bought it. So you can actually take the information, the data that someone bought it, and you can tweak it and make it better and launch it again. If you focus on one thing at a time, it grows. What you focus on grows. So it takes commitment to have that repetitive behavior, right? All right, someone bought this. Okay, let me see if I can tweak my messaging. Let me see if I can tweak my marketing. What didn't I do that I could have done? Or what did I do that I could have done better? And then relaunch it. Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. But that self-sabotaging behavior in us causes us to go, oh my God, nobody bought it. That probably means no one likes me. That probably means I'm not good enough. That probably means I'm not worthy. That probably means I'm never going to make any money. Probably means I probably shouldn't do this. And then we spin even more plates. Especially as creatives, we have ideas. Don't fault us for not having ideas, right? Well, we could do this and we can do this and whatever, right? And so instead of building the one thing that we want, we pull back and we go, well, okay, Jenny's making these shirts over here. Or like, look at, she's doing these kits over here. Or she's connecting with brands and painting for them. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. And that's such a self-sabotaging behavior because you are not focusing. And I have been there. And it's a rat race. It's like being on the treadmill, right? So again, I can't see anybody's comments. So if this is resonating with you, type it in the comments. Because I can't converse with you right now. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Facebook doesn't show the comments anymore. It's kind of annoying, but like I thought going live was so I could interact with people. Call me crazy, but I'm going to make a wide turn here. I'm going to go back to the comments and, answer questions or chat or just, so whatever you want to put down, put down. Maybe it's a story of where you're at now, and we let ourselves get stuck in confusion. Well, I tried that didn't work. I tried that didn't work. I tried that didn't work. Right? And it's just that we go too fast. We want immediate results. That is the world that we live in. And I'm guilty. I use Amazon. I'm not going to lie. I love it. I just got this thing I'm holding my phone on. It's like a stabilizer stick. You can't see it, but my arm is going back and forth into 90-degree angles. And the phone's barely moving. It's so cool. But, you know, we got to understand that success isn't immediate. And when you see signs, when you have evidence that people are actually buying something in your business,
split pace, 21
my watch is talking, then you do more of that. And it's focusing on one thing at a time. You know, and that self-sabotage, it just runs in your head. And you don't even know you're doing it most of the time. I have, and I'm sure we all do, repetitive behaviors that I'm not in love with, that I continue to let myself do. So it really does take commitment to build the new mindset. It's really reprogramming and rewiring your brain. Hold on. There's kind of a weird guy over there. I'm going to go this way. Especially with like money. I know, especially as artists and creatives, that money is a big topic. Money's a big topic, and being in lack is a big topic. And understanding where that repetitive lack mindset is coming from is the key to letting it all go and having a new story, creating your new story. Because all lack is, every bit of it, is repetitive mindset. And I posted the other day, and I know the algorithm isn't showing me to anyone, even though I have 45,000 followers, and it is what it is, right? But I posted the other day, when your brain believes it is when you'll see it. Also, too, I trust that the people who need to hear this will be here and hear it. So I'm not going to worry about the algorithm. I'm sick of that. I'm totally sick of that, really. People who want to hear me and need this message will hear it. So when your brain believes it is when you'll see it in your life. Good, that guy just drove away. So I don't know. I'm in the city. Sometimes there's creepers, you know. I don't know. That trail I was on last week was like so secluded and so awesome. So it's just a matter of reprogramming your mind. And because you're repeating these thought patterns, and you don't even know you're repeating these thought patterns, they have repeated in your brain likely millions and millions of times, right? Probably a number of times a day, especially if you have a business. And so, like I just said, it takes habit and commitment to change, because you have to be focused and aware that you are reprogramming your own mind. And so then you'll start to recognize your patterns. And it's funny because it'll happen where I'm just, whatever, I'm in the middle of something and a thought will go past my brain and I'll immediately go, oh my gosh. And it's like, holy cow, I didn't realize I was saying that to myself over and over and over. So like last week, I don't know if you listened, but I talked about fitting in, and that was one of them. So it is a matter of realizing that you're doing it. And the more you become aware of your own thoughts, the more you will start to recognize your limiting beliefs popping up. And it may be a limiting belief that is so strong that you're agreeing with it still. Like, yep, I have so much evidence of that. Yep, that's so true. But the more you do the work, and the more you dig in, the more you start to understand the things that you are doing to yourself to keep yourself stuck. And that it's just a process. And sometimes the things that you're telling yourself, they kind of kick your ass, right? They're kind of tough because you realize how much you've been hurting yourself by repeating these patterns. And so sometimes it takes a little bit to work through it. I have a journaling process, and it's really great. It helps me transition really fast. And what I also realized too with this journaling process is the more I'm seeing myself writing about the same things over and over, the more I realize, like, okay, I'm done with this. It's time to let this go. So it is very self-introspective, and you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to understand that you are sabotaging yourself and no one else is doing it to you. And that's a big thing, because we like to be victims, which kind of stinks. But that is a collective mentality. We like to be victims. We like to pretend that somebody else did it to me. Or I'm like this, going up a hill, because somebody did this, this, and this to me. And it may be true that someone did something to you, but you are the one in control of yourself, right? It is hot. Whew, let's see. The sun is coming out. Such a cool park. I love it here so much. When I can go in the woods here, I will. And show you around. So it is important to understand what you're saying to yourself. It is important to soften your attachment to those thoughts. And what's so hard? It's so hard. I get it. I know. But if you soften your attention to it, it's going to go away. Soften your attention to the thoughts that are hurting you. Strengthen your attachment to the thoughts that bring you joy and excitement. And increase your own self-care. Increase your own self-care. Like me being out here on this walk. This feels easier. Sorry. This is way easier than putting headphones on and sitting in front of my computer and talking. And not only does this feel easier, I get to walk 3 miles. That's self-care. You know, before, there's a bug on me. Before, flew right in my ear. I would prioritize everything else. I was prioritizing the plate spinning. Well, I gotta have an edited YouTube video every week. I gotta go live 3 times a week. I gotta have a subscription box. I gotta have a store. I gotta have all these products. This is what I have to do. Prioritize the plate spinning. And you know where that got me? In the hospital with a stent in my heart. Sorry, I just lost connection. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, that you're going to be in the hospital with a stent in your heart, but what it did is manifested sickness. And then I tried to go back to it after that, and I just burned out. I burned out. And then I changed my business name, and all this stuff started being great. And then I attached to all of that plate spinning, and then guess what? I burned out again. This is all since 2021. And this was massive self-sabotage. I wasn't paying attention to myself. I was not aligning my true identity to my business. And what is that? What is that? Like, why am I here? What am I doing now? Like, I'm doing a lot of coaching, but I think one of the big reasons I am here on this planet is to co-create transformation with women. And especially women who are like me. We're artists, creatives, you know, in any form. We are handed that starving artist mentality from the world, and whether we even realize that or not, we embody that. You know, and I get it. We see other people doing things on social media, and we think that is the way. You know, and one of the things that, like, I see that is so hard, I just want to shake everybody up, is like, stop giving everything away for free. I know other people do it, and then they're monetized by Facebook when they get to 10,000 followers. And so what you're doing is you're seeing other people do this. You go on live, you go in events 3, 4, 5 times a week. Some people are going live every day, or nearly every day, giving away everything that they do and everything that they are just to get to 10,000 followers. So Facebook will finally monetize them. And then, oh my God, I finally have a business. What happens when Facebook takes your page away? What happens when Facebook decides, sorry, that was a big hill. It was an incline. Okay, it wasn't a big hill, it was an incline. But I'm talking. I know so many people that have been monetized with 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000 people watching them. And Facebook just decided to take away their monetization. I'm gonna stop. So, like, what do? All of a sudden you're making all this money from Facebook and it's gone. Don't build your business based on social media alone. Use it as extra. And you go, well, how do I monetize before that? Well, you use actual business practices, actual marketing practices, actual messaging practices, and you rinse and repeat. You release something, someone buys it, you do it again. And then you do it again, and you do it again. Each time you are tweaking, mosquito, sorry, and changing and adapting to what your customer is responding to and what they are telling you about your product or program. And maybe you're sitting here going, well, I have a store, you know, and I'm having such a hard time. I opened a store, and believe me, I had 3 stores. So I get it. You open a store, and all of a sudden you're a store owner. And like for the first little bit, it's super easy because you're brand new. People start coming in, and you think, oh my God, this is so awesome. And you're having all these great sales. And then all of a sudden that newness goes away, and you're sitting there with nothing. Barely any customers, barely any sales. And then you start saying to yourself, oh my God, I can't do this. And you get into the self-sabotage. You know, maybe you're not worth it, or maybe you're comparing yourself to other people all the time. Well, they're doing this and I'm not doing this. What does that mean about me? It probably means I'm not good enough. Probably means I can't actually do this. And then you pull away from the thing that you loved in the first place, and you start to go, well, maybe I should start selling online so I could start making some money. And meanwhile, you've got this brick and mortar store that nobody's coming in. Well, maybe I should start going live all the time and giving away free tutorials. And still, you've got this brick and mortar store that nobody's coming in. So when I'm saying that we are self-sabotaging ourselves and we're not focusing on the revenue generating activities, this is what I mean. Every bit of your focus should be on getting people into your store all the time. Don't start a second revenue stream until your store is successful. And I say this all because I have been there. And I really feel like not only all of the things that I have done in the past, 10 years, I'm going to say, but all of the courses and classes I have taken to learn messaging, to learn how to market online, to learn social media marketing, all the things, right? It's all coming into play now. It's like it has all come together for me. I understand it. I've made all the mistakes. And so what I've been doing, there's a crane up there, is really taking that and putting that all together and helping my clients strategize how they can become more visible and make more money in their own businesses. And that's why I started doing the podcast. It is all about mindset. And then I felt like I jumped on the treadmill with the podcast. Like, how can I make it easy? I'm going to go for a walk. And I'm chat with people then. And if people want to listen, they'll hop on. They'll stumble across this and they'll need to hear this message. That feels easy. And I can combine all of the mistakes I have made as an online marketer, as a brick and mortar store owner, as an artist, human. I can combine all of that to help you. And I know that some people are watching this and maybe you don't even have a business. Maybe you're just a creator, right? But you can apply this to your life. You can apply these limiting beliefs to your life. And that's what I've got this law of attraction journaling class. And that is what that is all about. It's like, holy cow, I'm doing this to myself. Let me stop it. Let me create the life that I want. Because when you focus more and more of your attention on the things that you want, that's what grows. Look at my hair. My attention is focused on my hair. No, I'm just kidding, but it's so humid out. But that is what grows. What are you focusing your attention on? The stuff that sucks in your life, or the stuff that is amazing in your life? Softening your attention. I'm going to turn. Softening your attention on the stuff that sucks in your life. Like as those repetitive thoughts keep coming up and keep coming up. Like maybe it's your bank account, maybe it's your partnership with your husband, wife, partner, relationships with your kids. Maybe you have a full-time job, whatever. All of the things that suck, softening your attention to them, realizing that you are repeating the same conversation over and over in your head. Soften your attention to it. Tell yourself, think about something else right now. Because you can change your thought at any time. Anytime. So when those thoughts of lack come up, those thoughts of self-sabotage come up, you first have to realize that you're doing it. But then second, you can change it. Immediately think about something you love rather than something you don't love. Maybe this is your kid, maybe partner, mom, dad, dog, husband, whatever. Or maybe it's, an incredible, even though it's cloudy, an incredible view, nature, whatever. You get to choose what you love, right? So think about what you love instead. And the more you look for the good, the more you look for the abundance that is already around you, that is already surrounding you, you will see more and more evidence of more and more abundance. And that's the self-sabotage. And don't get me wrong, you're going to keep coming up with more ways that you're sabotaging yourself. It's like never ending. But then you start to grow. Okay, let's see if I can capture this. Focusing on stuff like that. Letting yourself detach. It's so good. Connecting with Earth. Like, look at where I'm at. You know, I don't see this in my house. Letting yourself be quiet. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, it just disconnected me for some reason. But letting yourself be quiet. Like really letting yourself be quiet. Stop all the hustle. Stop all the doing, so that you don't have to connect with yourself. Stop all of that. That's self-sabotage. All the doing. Do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Well, I don't have time. I don't have time to go for a walk. I don't have time for yoga. I don't have time to meditate. I don't know how to meditate. Meditation's so stupid. What do? Just sit there? Right? You tell yourself that you're too busy to take care of yourself. And that is a way for our subconscious minds to keep us safe in the known. And everything that you have ever wanted is in the unknown. Let yourself align with your true identity. Understand the patterns that you are repeating to sabotage yourself. And that's when you will begin to see real, massive, and lasting change. So with that, walk chat out. I'll see you next week, Friday. Thanks for being here.